Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pay Per Preview. I am the face of Wondershot, Mr. WWE Champion, War Machine MJ, with my brother-in-arms, Mainstream Malcolm. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'm going to go ahead and do something new and go ahead and announce ourselves before we, before we end the video. So, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to this goddamn channel. Do it, so you get to see more of this lovely mug.
Yeah, please do it.
Do it. Anyway, we're here today to talk about NXT Takeover Philadelphia.
Excuse
me. Yeah, fart.
Yep.
Anyway, this week is WWE week in Philadelphia. Saturday being NXT Takeover, Sunday being the Rumble, Monday being Raw, Tuesday SmackDown / Mixed Match Challenge / 205 Live, and Wednesday night's NXT being the pre-show to Takeover. And speaking of pre-show, this match will be featured on this coming week's episode of NXT. It will be Roderick Strong versus Tyler Bate, number one contendership for the UK Championship. Obviously, this won't affect our card for Takeover, but it'd be a kind of nice, fun match to watch. So anyway, let's get to Takeover Philly, shall we? First match is going to be the Velveteen Dream taking on the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno. This all came about after Velveteen Dream lost his number one contendership match against Johnny Gargano, where basically Cassius Ohno said, see, you don't have what it takes, and Velveteen Dream said, I have what it takes, I just look a lot better than you do. That kind of ruffled Cassius Ohno's fat feathers. He's got himself a little gut where he shoved the Dream. So now they're in a fight.
Excuse me.
What kind of fart was that? Like you were sitting on a frog and it finally popped.
Yeah.
Anyway, especially after last Takeover, the Velveteen Dream does not disappoint. He had a fantastic showing last Takeover against Aleister Black, and he had a bombastic NXT match against Johnny Gargano this week. Of course, Cassius Ohno is pretty much the gatekeeper of NXT now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick the Velveteen Dream.
Me too.
So we're all going to go Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, next match will be for the NXT Tag Team Championship. It will be the Authors of Pain, Akam Razor, with their manager / part-time James Bond villain, Paul Ellering, taking on Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era. Now this, I feel like, is going to be AOP's last hurrah in NXT. They beat the Street Profits last week on NXT TV to decide the number one contenders. I got Undisputed Era going over.
Me too.
Alright, so we're all in agreement. And before any of you wonder, yes, we're taking Rod's picks into this because he's the one that sent me the text. So, next match will be for the NXT Women's Championship. It will be champion Ember Moon defending against Mae Young Classic finalist Shayna Baszler. Now, over the past couple of weeks, Shayna Baszler has been, I'm not sure whether to call it terrorized or run rugshot. Well, basically, she's bullied her way around the NXT Women's division.
Yep.
She choked out Aaliyah after her match. She almost broke Dakota Kai's arm and choked her out. She choked out Kairi Sane. So now, you know, she's pretty much the alpha female of the NXT roster, and she's gunning for Ember Moon's title. Who do you have going over in this match?
I think Ember Moon's gonna retain.
I say Ember Moon's going to retain, but she's just barely going to escape with it. Rod says Baszler becomes the new NXT Women's Champion. The next match will be an Extreme Rules match. Yes, Philadelphia is the birthplace of Extreme. So it's going to be, say it with me, Adam Cole, baby!
Yeah.
Taking on Aleister Black. Now these two have had their differences. Rather, Adam Cole, baby, got knocked out of the tournament to determine the number one contender for the NXT Championship by Aleister Black. Then in the Fatal 4-Way to decide the number one contender, Undisputed Era and Adam Cole, baby, jumped Aleister Black and left him laying to be pinned in that match. And let's see, the first show in Atlanta, the first NXT in Atlanta, Adam Cole got inside the head of Aleister Black when he and Roddy Strong challenged Undisputed Era for the tag team belts. So basically, Adam Cole has been sniffing around in Aleister Black's business.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to regret that, because I say Aleister makes him fade to black.
I think so too.
I think so too?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and Rod says Adam Cole, baby, goes over. The next match will be for the NXT champion. It will be Andrade Cien Almas defending against Johnny Wrestling. This match it's going to be great. Johnny Gargano is so good at what he does. Basically, after Ciampa turned on him at Takeover Toronto, I think. Anyway, whenever it was. Whenever he turned on him, he's been struggling to find footing in NXT, you know, winning some matches, losing some matches. He even lost a couple of matches to Cien because Zelina Vega, the lovely Zelina Vega, got inside Johnny Gargano's head. Even going so far as to throw a DIY t-shirt at him mid-match to kind of mentally, to bring up old wounds.
Yeah.
But Johnny Gargano persevered through a tournament. He took Velveteen Dream's spot. You know, he was injured at the time. He had a hell of a showing against Cassius Ohno. He had another. He was involved in the Fatal 4-Way match, where he pinned a recently beaten down Aleister Black, and then he had another fantastic showing against Velveteen Dream this past week. However, I say, well, before we get to who I say, Malcolm, who do you say?
I think Almas retains.
Think Almas will retain?
Yeah.
Well, Rod thinks so too, but I think Almas is going to retain because Tommaso Ciampa will do something to get inside Johnny Gargano's head.
Okay.
Because Tommaso's not gone, he's just on the shelf for a little bit, and he could potentially be returning.
Yeah.
Never know. But yeah, that is our preview of NXT Takeover Philly. We will bring you our preview of the Royal Rumble tomorrow. There will also be a review on both shows. But for now, that has been Paper Preview on Takeover Philly. He has been Mainstream Malcolm. I've been a sick War Machine MJ, and we will see you fuckers next time.